Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we break down the biggest stories shaping South African politics. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear what you think. Today, we are diving deep into a political showdown brewing in Polokwane, Limpopo. It's the upcoming Peter Mokaba ward by-election, and trust me, it's more than just another vote. It's a battle for legitimacy, a test of unity, and a clash of political legacies, all playing out in a ward that carries the symbolic weight of struggle and revolution. This ward, now vacant and open for contestation, was once represented by none other than Julius Malema, the firebrand leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, or EFF. But here's the twist: Malema was still with the ANC when he held this position. So as this ward heads back to the polls, it raises a fascinating question: can the ANC reclaim what it lost to one of its most vocal defectors? Let's start with the basics. What's happening in Peter Mokaba ward? The ward is preparing for a by-election, scheduled for next month, and it couldn't have come at a more politically sensitive time. The ANC's dominance in Limpopo has been shaken by internal discord, accusations of factionalism, and growing discontent among the electorate. Now, with the Peter Mokaba ward seat up for grabs, the party's unity and credibility is on the line. Mandla Ndlovu, the ANC's provincial chairperson, is leading the charge, urging party members to set aside their differences. At a rally last week, he called for unity in the name of the ward's namesake, Peter Mokaba, a revered anti-apartheid activist and former ANC Youth League leader who championed grassroots mobilization and political discipline. Ndlovu's words were clear: Peter Mokaba's legacy is one of unity and struggle. We must honor that by coming together and presenting a united front. But the question remains, is anyone listening? Cracks beneath the surface. Despite Ndlovu's rallying cry, reports from the ground paint a very different picture. Factional battles continue to mar ANC efforts in the region. Disputes over candidate selection have led to deep divisions, and even some ANC insiders admit that certain branches are struggling to align with the provincial leadership's message. What we're seeing here isn't just isolated disunity, it's symptomatic of a broader identity crisis within the ANC. As the party tries to reconcile its liberation-era legacy with modern governance challenges, it's facing resistance from within its own ranks. Political analyst Thabo Masiko weighed in on the issue, noting that the by-election is a critical test of the ANC's organizational strength and electoral relevance. This ward is symbolic, he said. It reflects broader national challenges the ANC faces in maintaining internal discipline and voter trust. And that's a powerful point. It's not just about one seat. It's about whether the ANC can prove it still has the coherence and energy to govern, especially in places with historical significance and emotional resonance. Enter the opposition, EFF's role in the by-election. Now, let's not forget the other side of the equation. While Julius Malema has long since moved on from his time as an ANC ward councillor, his party, the Economic Freedom Fighters, remains deeply entrenched in the area. The EFF has a strong ground game, especially in Limpopo, and they're not about to let the ANC walk back in without a fight. The EFF is banking on voter frustration and ANC infighting to make gains. They've positioned themselves as the anti-establishment voice, advocating for radical economic change and presenting themselves as the only true heirs of Peter Mokaba's legacy, despite the fact that the ward is historically tied to the ANC. And here's the irony: Malema himself is a product of the ANC, rising through the Youth League before being expelled. His influence in the region, though indirect now, is still felt. The EFF's ongoing relevance in the ward is a reminder of the political vacuum created when leaders leave and new structures fail to take hold. The stakes: what does this mean nationally? So why should the rest of South Africa care about one by-election in Polokwane? Because it's not just a ward, it's a mirror reflecting the ANC's national trajectory. If the ruling party can secure a win in Peter Mokaba ward, it sends a message that its internal fractures and diminishing grassroots presence are taking a toll. And with general elections on the horizon, that's a message the ANC cannot afford to send. A win, on the other hand, would give the party a much-needed boost, proving that even amid controversy and division, it can still mobilize, inspire, and lead at the community level. But it won't be easy. The ward is a political minefield. And let's not forget, voter apathy is one of the biggest threats. If locals feel disconnected from both parties, turnout will suffer, and the results could surprise everyone. Campaign dynamics, messaging, mobilization, and mistrust. Campaign strategies are already in motion. The ANC is pushing a message of unity and legacy, trying to rally its base around Peter Mokaba's memory. They're hoping the emotional connection to history will override disillusionment with the present. The EFF, meanwhile, is focusing on service delivery failures, youth unemployment, and corruption. They're targeting the frustrations of everyday citizens who feel left behind. And in a ward as symbolically charged as this one, both narratives have emotional weight. Behind the scenes, WhatsApp groups, branch meetings, door-to-door engagements, and social media campaigns are heating up. There's a sense that both parties know this isn't just about a seat, it's about pride, memory, and legacy. Final thoughts: will unity hold or collapse? As we approach election day, the outcome remains uncertain. What we do know is that this by-election will be watched closely, not just in Limpopo, but across the country. If the ANC wins, it could be a sign that internal unity efforts are bearing fruit. If it loses, the implications could ripple into provincial and national politics, emboldening opposition parties and shaking confidence in the ANC's electoral machinery. One thing is for sure, the legacy of Peter Mokaba is on the line. And whether it's honored through unity or overshadowed by division will depend on what happens at the polls. So, what do you think? Is the ANC still capable of reclaiming political ground in places with deep historical significance? Or has the EFF successfully taken over the revolutionary mantle once held by the ruling party? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update on South Africa's political landscape. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.